think the past week has kind of just been a whirlwind. It wasn't really something that anybody could have seen coming. Kind of just over the span of 2 days, things escalated really quickly, and we weren't really expecting the whole season to kind of be canceled. So we're all kind of going through a lot of emotions. There's times when you're kind of sitting at home self-quarantining, and you're kind of hit with the realization that it's over. And then there's other times you're able to kind of distract yourself. I'm still in daily contact with the team, things like that. We're texting in groups and sending each other Snapchat, so that's helping. But just kind of not seeing each other face to face has been difficult, just because we weren't really able to get that closure. Because as a senior, you do kind of have this plan and this expectation to compete in a specific amount of tournaments and kind of prepare yourself for that next step. And so that process was kind of just stripped away. Kind of wasn't really a wound that I was ready to kind of try to mend, but taking it day by day, figuring it out.
Tristan, you mentioned that next step. NCAA has hinted or has said that they'll give seniors an extra year of eligibility for spring sports if they'd like it. Is that something that you've given thought to? Do you know kind of what you want to do next yet, or is it still too soon to make that decision?
I mean, it's definitely something that I've given thought to, but I think with just it's something that's been said a lot with the fluidity of the situation. I have, there's not enough information that's been given to me to kind of make a decision, but I'm open to all of the options that I'm facing right now. We'll see the information that gets to me within the next week or 2 weeks, and then kind of go from there. But right now, I'm very open.
Tristan, Jim Cotter, Orange and Blue News. I know golf is more of an individualized sport than what all the other sports, on campus are, but how have you coped with that, and have you had any aspirations of maybe getting out and practicing now that, you're a week out from the ban and everything?
Yeah, I think something that's been really, honestly difficult for me is ever since I started my golf career, I've been a part of a team. So there's never, obviously I've competed in summer tournaments on an individual level, but I've still sort of had that, I've always had a team that I could turn to and kind of, build those close relationships with. So right now that's something that's very, very difficult for me. I do have my old teammates that are back home in Kentucky that I've actually been able to go out and kind of play golf with recently. But that is a transition that, especially over the course of the week, is just so very odd and not normal. So I think that's going to be an adjustment that really everybody's got to get used to. But I think on the team right now, we're trying to have as much normalcy as possible. So, we're planning Netflix watch shows, things like that, just trying to stay in contact even though we're not able to see each other in person, just because everybody's gone back home.
Well, Tristan, you mentioned everybody getting back home, and obviously you have two teammates, from outside of the United States, and their process was really difficult. Just have you been in contact with them as they've tried to maneuver, to get back home?
Yeah, that's something that's difficult too, because once they do get back home, really the only means of contact is not actually through the message app like iMessage. So we have Snapchat that we chat through a lot. We'll send funny videos or things like that. So we stay in contact as much as possible. But it's definitely difficult with them, halfway across the world, different time zones. So it's not as often of contact as when everybody's on campus together or when everybody's kind of back in the States.
I guess one more for me, Tristan. Just didn't really get too deep into your spring part of the season and the schedule, but just what was your take on this team and maybe its path back to a potential NCAA championship?
Yeah, I think for us, this team, was super, I mean, it is super, super special. We had not the best start to the spring season, but I think like it was something that was motivating us, and we were using it in a positive way. We were really working on our mental games, trying to prepare ourselves for, what was to come, like Big Ten's, the postseason. It's something that we were really, really excited about, especially, last year being the first that we'd ever made to the NCAA championship. So we were also really motivated by that and just really, really excited to, spend these next couple of months together and competing. So yeah, I think we really did have a lot of potential to be a really, really competitive team at the NCAA championship, and regionals, Big Tens, any of the postseason tournaments. We were really looking forward to being up there at the top of the leaderboard. But I think now, trying to stay positive in this situation is, we have this opportunity to kind of focus more on our mental game. And the teams that do kind of take this time to work on things, it might not be physical aspects, like putting or chipping, things like that, but the people who utilize this time and self-quarantine to, get their minds right, and strengthen their mental game, that's what's going to set us apart in the future. And I think that's something that we all realize. So we're still technically practicing. It just might not be physically. Right now we're practicing sort of mentally.
Tristan, this is Gabby Heidi from the Daily Illini. This kind of was the end for your time at Illinois. How can you reflect upon that and just how you've grown, both, on and off the court?
Yeah, I think that's something, especially for me right now, it's so difficult to kind of like feel like it's all wrapped up and tied in a bow, because clearly, it isn't. This wasn't the ending that I was, preparing or even envisioning for myself at all. I had a plan to finish the postseason and have the rest of the spring season to kind of prepare myself, to be leaving the team and moving on to the next stage of my career. So I think right now it's also just really important that I do stay in contact with the team and try to, build those relationships even more, even though we're not in contact, just so it doesn't feel like such an abrupt ending. And then once again, with all the information that's, basically we're receiving something new each and every day, whether it's from NCAA, from campus, or even from the national level. I think it's just important that I kind of keep my options open and don't kind of go down the rabbit hole of saying, oh, everything's over, this is all over, I have no chance to kind of get that closure. Because, I think everybody, myself and everyone else on the team kind of has faith that this will all work out for the better. So just trying to keep a positive attitude about that.